Hi everyone, my name's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my current perfume obsessions. I have 6 fragrances here to talk about that I cannot stop wearing and I want to share with you guys, so let's get started. The first fragrance we have here is House of Bō's Bō Bombón. This is a beautiful, one of the most beautiful, dewy, white floral fragrances. But this has something extra to it. I love a floral. Floral fragrances are typically one of my favorite scent profiles, but I like them to have a little bit of oomph, like a little bit of a je ne sais quoi, something in the base to really carry it and just bring it to life a little bit more. This is that. You wouldn't really think it upon first sniff because you're like, oh, it's very light, it's very airy, it's very dewy, it's very watery, but let me tell you, this has ambergris, this has caramel, this has lychee, there's a little bit of musk, some green notes in here. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to remember the white floral that's in here. I think it might be Lily of the Valley, and then something else, maybe gardenia or jasmine. But this, you guys, is just something else. This also has an airy quality to the fragrance that really kind of like lets it dance in the air. It gives it this beautiful aura, this energy to the fragrance that's similar to Baccarat Rouge. I'm not saying the scent profiles or the scent itself is even remotely close to this. It's not. But the way that Baccarat Rouge kind of like dances in the air, it's very effervescent. It has very, very, very good projection. And that's what this gives you. But it's so unexpected because I didn't think a white floral, much less a dewy white floral like this, could have that type of aura and performance, but it really does. This also is a compliment magnet. Every time I wear it, someone says something about the fragrance. It's just absolutely gorgeous. If I want to wear a floral and I want to smell effortless, feminine, airy, light, bright, a little clean as well, I'm reaching for Bonbon. House of Bō has become one of my favorite houses. They are so beautifully well crafted. The bottles are stunning. Like they have a stone top, which I love. I love a good bottle. They do bottles like no other. I just think they're so gorgeous. A work of art, truly. But this fragrance is phenomenal. If you're looking for like a signature scent white floral, I highly recommend this. They are pricey, but you get what you're paying for these. I love this one so much. And when I want something easy to reach for that's a floral fragrance, I'm going for this. So House of Bō's Bonbon. Next we have another, I guess, floral-ish fragrance. This is Blanche Bet by Liquide Imaginaires. You guys, this, if you know, you know. Also, the dent speaks for itself in this fragrance. You can tell how much I love this. If I had to wear a floral fragrance that's a signature scent for the rest of my life, it might be this. It's unicorn juice in a bottle. You have tuberose in here, which is one of my favorite notes in fragrances, hands down. I love tuberose so much, but tuberose is either you love or you hate. So there's tuberose, there's milk, there's ambrette, cacao in here, lactones maybe, muscatol. There's some other creamy notes as well, but it is stunning. This is absolutely beautiful. I also know this is a fragrance that you either love or you hate, and you have to like a lactonic note and you have to like a tuberose note. I will say that this doesn't scream tuberose, but it does scream white floral. So again, you have to like a white floral in order to like this. This was a love at first sniff for me, but some people it grows on. Oh. And the performance for this is very, very, very good. I get 8 to 10 hours on my skin, moderate to heavy projection, depending on how much you spray. Love, the cocoon that this creates whenever you're wearing it is so comforting, but so beautiful and ethereal at the same time. I think this White Beast is what they call the fragrance, if I remember correctly, and it truly is that. It's just, my gosh, I will have this in my collection for the rest of my life. Blanche Bet by Liquide Imaginaires. Next fragrance we have is actually my scent of the day today, and I cannot get enough of how good I smell right now. This is One Umbrella for Two by Floraïku. Now this, to me, is the most elevated, luxurious blueberry muffin and tea fragrance. And you're like, I don't know if I want to smell like that. I promise you do whenever you smell this fragrance. Tea is not one of my favorite notes in fragrances. Blueberry, honestly, is kind of hard to find in fragrance. It's not really my favorite note either, nor is a muffin, but there's just something about the way this fragrance was crafted. You have black currant, cyclamen, white rice, musk. There's another note in here as well. It really is the black currant and the white rice and the musk that gives you this blueberry muffin and tea. There's also white tea in here as well. I don't know if I said that before. But this is just so beautiful and truly one of the most unique fragrances I've smelled. I don't think I've smelled anything close to this. I have Wilhelm's, what is that one called? Poets of Berlin, which is like, it has a blueberry note, bamboo, some lemon, vanilla. Nothing close to this. It's completely different. This is so gorgeous. It smells comforting, warm, cozy, gourmand-ish, but this is a very, very wearable gourmand. I don't even know if you would classify this as a gourmand, truly. It's just gorgeous. And the bottles, the Floraïku bottles, are some of my favorite. They're so unique. Even the back has a little saying on here. And the lid is actually, this type of lid is a travel size. So you take it off and then you throw in your travel size vial in the top, and there's another lid that goes over. So you don't have to carry the bottle, this beautiful bottle, when you travel. These are just, I love them so much. Floraïku is becoming a favorite fragrance house of mine recently. I love Sand and Skin. It's so beautiful. I can talk about that one in another video, but one umbrella for two, if you want to smell unique, but you want everyone to love how you smell, this is such a beautiful option. And again, it just smells good in any occasion. But I would say projection, so performance for this one, I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin with moderate projection. If you spray more, obviously you're gonna project a little bit more, but this one has a little bit of a lighter sillage as well. But nonetheless, I love her. One umbrella for two by Floraïku. Next one, we have an oldie but a goodie, and I actually just recently added this back into my collection. This is Dior Addict. I had this when I first started collecting fragrances years ago, and I started with designer. And I had the craziest story regarding this scent. It's probably not that crazy, but I think it's like one of my favorite stories behind a scent that I was wearing. I didn't own it at the time, but this story made me purchase it after it happened. So I went to the mall one day after work before I had a date, and I saw this at Sephora, and I smelled it and I sprayed it on me. And this guy could not stop complimenting me on my smell. For one of the first things he said was, "Oh my God, you smell fantastic." And as the night progressed, it became an obsession. At one point, he smelled my neck and he was like, "I cannot take my nose off your neck. What is that scent you're wearing?" And I said, "It's called Dior Addict." And he said, "I am literally addicted to your smell right now." He was like, "That's the best name for the fragrance." And I could smell it 24 hours later on my skin. Yes, 24 hours later, overnight, I could smell it the next day, and that's when I purchased a full bottle. This is jasmine and vanilla, but the most intoxicating jasmine and vanilla scent ever. There's truly something in here. I don't know what they put in here. It doesn't smell like a conventional jasmine and vanilla scent. It really, really doesn't, because I'm not the biggest fan of jasmine, but this is just, whew. If you want men to fall in love with you, this is what you need to wear, I'm telling you. And this is perfect for any season. I wore it when I was wearing it on the date, on a summer date night. Yeah, in the summer, in the heat, like July or August. And it performed great. I loved it even more in the heat, I think, than I did in the fall and winter. So this is, if you know, you know, will always be in my collection. It's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem, and it's kind of like one of my best kept secrets. So yeah, Dior Addict. Next fragrance we have here is Maison Mataha's Printemps Blanc. This I had the pleasure of smelling for the first time at Essence in February this year, and I fell in love. I said it was one of my favorite discoveries of the show, and part of it was because this is so different than anything that Maison Mataha has released. Typically, I associate them as being a gourmand house, but this is not, I would not say it's a gourmand. It's a sweet, fruity floral scent. So you have some tea in here, you have some grapefruit, you have some florals. I don't remember if there's peach in here or not, but it smells peachy. So if you like Nichonné's 100 Silent Ways, you will love this. I think this is more wearable, especially during the daytime. The performance actually for this is very, very good. For being a lighter, fruitier floral fragrance, this lasts, I would say, about 8 hours, moderate to heavy projection. Again, depending on how much you spray. Compliment magnet as well. It's just beautiful. It's easy to reach for, especially in the spring and summer. It really is just such a great fragrance, and one of my favorites from the house, if not my favorite. I don't know if it's surpassed Escapade Gourmand, but I know they also have a new release called Pêche Velour, which looks very similar to this. So I'm going to try to get my nose on it, and I will maybe make a video about it, see how it does compared to this one, but I've heard they're quite similar. So yeah, but this is just great, especially for, like I said, spring and summer. Maison Mataha's Printemps Blanc. And last but not least, we have one of my signature scents for life. This is Maison Crivelli's Hibiscus Mahajad. This is a nuclear bomb in a bottle. I think everyone knows about this fragrance by now, but this to me smells like the color red. This smells like power. This smells like fire. This smells like the most juicy, strong florals mixed with, like, I don't even know, like rocket fuel. This fragrance is just, oh my God. And every time I wear it, I get the craziest comments on this fragrance. It's just insanely good. Maison Crivelli is one of my favorite houses of all time, and I think will always be. The artistry that he puts behind each fragrance, the storytelling behind all of them, they're truly otherworldly, and I just love that. These are, it's just, they're magical. It's magic in a bottle. It really, really is. But this, you have rose, you have hibiscus, you have vanilla, leather, cinnamon, mint, couple other notes. It's truly so unique, but it's so mass appealing at the same time. If you love attention and you have a lot of confidence and you love to be the center of attention, you like to be talked about, you like your scent to scream your name before you walk in the room or the building, this is for you. Or any really Maison Crivelli fragrance. Tuberose Astral is like my other favorite. They're like tied for first place, but this is just, if I had to wear one fragrance for the rest of my life, she's up there, like top two or three with guidance. But yes, I just love this fragrance so much. It needs no layering combo. Typically when I wear a fragrance, I'll do a lotion and an oil to kind of like layer and mix my scents. This doesn't need a damn thing because it's so incredibly complex. You don't need to pair it with anything, really. You truly don't. Sometimes I do. But for the most part, I like these fragrances to speak for themselves, and they truly hold their own in any occasion, in any environment. So, Hibiscus Mahajad by Maison Crivelli. All right, guys, that was today's lineup. My current perfume obsessions, ones that I cannot put down. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys very soon.